Hi, and welcome to the Movement Lesson Sports Academy. I was recently doing some work with an English football academy, and the players in the group asked me who the best player in the world was, in my opinion. Who would I build a side around if I had to pick anyone in the world? And it struck me as an interesting question because for years I've worked and delivered BTECs on sport courses at football clubs, and the question hasn't been who's the best, but Messi or Ronaldo. That was the argument day in, day out. Who's the best player in the world, Messi or Ronaldo? It's no longer Messi or Ronaldo. And for the first time, for a long time, I was in a classroom and lads in the group was asking me who in the whole world, not just who's better, Messi or Ronaldo, but who in the world. And I started thinking, Messi and Ronaldo, they're not as good as they once were. And a lot of the players that I would build a side around, Pirlo, Iniesta, Xavi, De Rossi, they're no longer playing. And it sort of struck me that it really is a changing of the guard. And who are the players that I think are the most interesting and the best players to watch in the world right now? In a similar manner to probably Messi, and the way that they play the game, the time on the ball that they've got, the balance, the movement, and they're all similar types of player that I would look for, that I find that the most pleasing to watch. And that's what this video is going to cover. This video is going to look at three different players that all I think are the top of the game right now. Two playing in the Premier League, one at Man City, one at Liverpool, and I'm going to tell you now, they're not the two that you'd expect to see. If you like this video, if you enjoy watching, then please subscribe. Please like the channel. There'll be more videos as we look at different sports and a range of different sports people. But right now we're on football, and who do I like watching most in the world right now? And we're going to start with Luka Modric. Real Madrid, Croatia captain. Modric is phenomenal, and what I love watching with Modric, Modric isn't the fastest player in the world, and none of the players you look at, none of the players mentioned, they're not the fastest. They don't rely on their athleticism, but they glide past players. They make things look easy. And what Modric is great at, for me, look at a pelvic strike there. When Modric hits the ball, look how he moves forward. Look at his weight balance there, tracking Messi, shifting his weight to make that tackle, never looking off balance, hitting that ball. He's hit that ball. Look at his pelvic strike here, carries on, forward momentum. After he hits the ball, he carries on moving. That's a strong pelvic strike, which means that he's able to rely on accuracy and rather than having to swing and really smash the ball. Look at the balance, and again, off the left foot, it doesn't matter. Shifted his weight beautifully, pelvic strike, strikes the ball, all the movement starting with his hips, and he's carrying that momentum forward. Another big factor that I like to look at in these players, another pelvic strike, carries on moving through after he's made the contact with the ball. Pelvic strike is going to be key because it's going to limit injury. He's going to have to put less risk on it, less effort into every time it's ball. That was a great example of Modric. And here, the rotation, look at the rotation of Modric. Eyes on the ball all the time. Vision plays a key role, but also it's his ability to rotate, go round, change direction. He's got counter rotation, counter balance. Everything looks easy. And watch Modric's first touch. First touch is always into space, away from danger. Lovely, just great touch off both feet. There we go, that's a great example. We watched that one back again, and we just have a little look at Modric when he receives this ball, and I'm going to slow this down as well. Watch Modric's scanning ability. Look at him taking in everything around him. Look, just before he receives the ball, that last critical glance, that critical scan, the first touch, he knows where the pressure's coming. That first touch takes him away from danger into the space, and he's able to move forward. It might not be as quick as the player closing him down, but his ability to know where the space is, to always be moving it. And these were some outstanding. He's renowned for this, Modric. This ball with the outside of his foot is just special. And again, you look at the pelvic strike, look how he walks through the ball. After he's hit the ball, he continues moving forward. Same way that I love watching Lionel Messi for years, you see it still in Luka Modric. And he's somebody that just gets better year on year, doesn't matter how old he is. So, moving on to the next player. We'll move on to Liverpool. And you might be expecting that I'm going to talk about Salah. But I'm not. The most important player, the player that I think's made a big difference for Liverpool over the last couple of years, is in midfield in Thiago. And watch Thiago hit the ball. Watch his hip movement. As he, again, strikes the ball, it's effortless. It's that forward momentum all the time. Everything's controlled. He's not having to have a massive swing at anything. He's controlled, he's balanced, his hips are driving forward when he hits the ball. He's making contact with the ball and coming forward. It means that his vision and his eyes are up. He's almost always on balance and he's always looking around him. Everything looks effortless and easy to him. There's a little bit out of shot on that one. Balance is key. Now, this is a great example. We talked about Modric and that critical scan, and we talk about that first touch and that ability to shift their weight and move the ball into space. They know what's coming, the vision's good, and they can shift their weight into space. Have a look at Thiago here. Look at him scanning now. 1, 2, and just as the ball's about to come in, 3 with that first touch beyond somebody into space. He's driving forward, head up, picking a pass. He already knows what's around him. He's scanned. His perception's superb. His anticipation's great. And again, you look at the change. There's not a massive amount of speed from him. He's not flying past somebody. If you have a 60-yard sprint, he's probably not going to win any sprints. What is great, you saw it there as well, that glance, is that ability to be thinking ahead and that balance to actually just glide past people as if they're not there. This next clip coming up, watch the critical scan that Thiago has. There, right there, that scan, and now he knows where he's going. Rotation's brilliant. He's gone round in a circle. He's left someone behind. His head's up. He's played the ball, and he's looking forward again. Under pressure, where's he going? Foot up in the air, but his body's in line. He's not off balance. He's not overstretching with anything at all. Everything's close. He's under pressure, but it doesn't matter. He knows where people are. He can shift his weight. He can move the ball. And that ability to, great buoyancy to bounce up off the floor there as well. But that ability to shift his weight means that he can go and nick a ball as well. That ability to read the game. The vision is so good because of the connection with his chest and his hips and the fact that he's constantly in balance. His eyes are being led and leading his body, and there's great connection between the two. The rotation's fantastic between the two, which means he's able to look and scan right before he touches the ball. He knows where everyone is around him on the pitch. He knows where the space is. He knows where the pressure's coming. And that ability to be able to rotate his head, rotate his body, quickly come back and know where the ball's coming. His peripheral vision's going to be great, and vision's key to everything he's doing, and he's one step ahead, making everything look easy, like they've got all the time in the world. we've got a few different videos of Bernardo Silva as well. Most people and a lot of the lads that asking me the question, they were right there with Kevin De Bruyne being the player that they want to build a side around. I liked, and I think that the star for City has been Bernardo Silva. He's been fantastic. I can't even tell you how he hits this ball. It's phenomenal. But look, when Bernardo hits the ball, again, like Messi always has done, he passes the ball into the net. Look at that. I mean, that's top bins with that strike. But as he comes onto it, his weight transfer is phenomenal, and he doesn't need to smash the ball. His weight transfer is brilliant. His pelvic strike's so strong. His balance is great that he can just lean into the ball, and as he hits the ball, he continues his forward momentum. He's putting less strain on his body. We've got another clips, a couple of clips of Bernardo, just to emphasise a couple of things that Bernardo's great at. And again, there's the scan. You see the scan before the ball looking round? That initial scan before he received the ball is having 1-2. And again, he's somebody else. The weight transfer, look at that change of weight, shifting his weight. There we go, playing it and still moving forward. Again, we're going to see it here in a second. The ability to glide past players, looking around, what's his vision like, he's balanced, his weight transfer is great, he doesn't have to shift weight, he's not spinning around and losing contact with the ball, his head's up all the time because his balance is so good. The knowing where the pressure's coming from, being able to shift that ball into space away from danger. It's hit the floor, and you know there's a lot of rotation in his body, because as soon as he hits the floor, he's bouncing straight back up. He's not got a problem moving in gravity at all. Great weight transfer again from him to get away from danger. Now where's he going? Rolls the ball inside, nice and easy, nice and effortless. This is him playing before. He's at Man City for Monaco too. Rotation, ability to keep going, weight transfer, clever little touch. But the ability to spin, his counter rotation, his head still up. He's not lost his vision as he's spun around. He knows exactly where he is in the pitch. We'll move on and find another one to finish with Bernardo. Passing the ball, doesn't need a pelvic strike, so good. He can literally walk into the ball and pass it into the back of the net. And his ability to change direction and rotate and counter rotate without losing his balance is phenomenal. Drifting past players, gliding past players. First touch, look at that first touch into space. He'd already had that look. He'd already knew where everybody was. He knew where the pressure was coming from. His critical scan's brilliant. And again, as soon as he played that ball out of trouble, he carries on his movement because his pelvic strike's so good, his hips are so good, he can carry on the forward momentum. So there we go. What makes these three players so great? What makes them look like they've got all the time in the world? For me, it's rotation, it's balance and the ability to weight transfer, it's the ability to have an effective pelvic strike that makes everything look easy, and most critically, and a key concept of a movement lesson, is vision and their scanning ability and that critical scan. So when the ball does come to them, they already know where the pressure's coming from. They already know where the space is on the pitch. They've got all the time in the world. Like I said before, if you like this video, please give us press a button and hit the like. If you'd like more videos of the same, then subscribe to the channel. There'll be more videos coming up similar to this. We've got another great player should mention that I love watching is Christian Eriksen. But we've already done a video of Christian Eriksen. That's on the channel already. If you want to check in on Christian Eriksen, similar concepts with the three players we've already seen. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks very much.